It's only because it's you. I don't do these unless it's you or Nico or Ledge. I might fuck with Ledge when I fuck with Ledge. Ledge my brother. I might fuck with Ledge when I fuck with Ledge.
Hello, everyone. D. Cherie, I see you. Piccolo was good. Hood was good. And let's talk about it. We're gonna talk about it all. Salute Diva in the building. Oh my goodness. Appreciate the props, LOM. Welcome.
They going crazy for you, Ledge.
Nah. This is us. This is a we thing, man. It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. You know what I'm saying? Mama, I love you. You already know that, man. Love you like to cook food. We are here, man, to talk about something very, very important. Very not just important for one individual, but just in terms of legacy, where we rank people all the time. We do this era versus era whole comparison, but it's really about one person making their mark to be remembered in this specific time and place, man. We are here with the one and only Loso, who is he's on a run right now. I keep telling y'all, I said that last time you was on here, he was on the run.
Yeah.
Quality performance after quality performance. And now, I think when you told us, and you kind of hinted at your most important battle to date, when last time you was on here, you had to have been talking about this one, bro. You had to have been talking about this one. You got Arsonal.
You know what's crazy? I wasn't. And so, but the battle that I was talking about, though, unfortunately, it fell through. So I'll start the show off like this. We were trying to for the co-main event for the Riot card, it was supposed to be me and Dizaster on the West. And so yep. And KP, shout out to KP out there. He did everything in his power to make it happen. Geechee, they tried everything in their power to do it. And that's what he wanted. He was like, KP had told me from in the beginning, in the early stages of when they were trying to put this together, and he was like, yo, if I could get Ward, Gotti, Diz, Loso, he says, like, that's all I need. He said, I could put whatever else on the card. And so he tried everything he could, man. He definitely tried everything he could. And I wanted to do 2 battles in November. But I'm still doing 2 battles in November. Just obviously is not the Dizaster joint. But I mean, look how things kind of go full circle. I end up getting another guy who's obviously made his mark in the history books of battle rap. Regardless of what your opinion is on him, he's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, he would have been. That's crazy. So I know you can't go all the way into it, but it wasn't you that was stopping this from happening.
Nah. I verbally agreed to it. You know what I'm saying? We was gonna go ahead and move forward to it, but for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. So.
But now you got another Mount Rushmore candidate, man. You got Arsonal, and what many consider kind of more suited for what he does, rapping really well, performance in close proximity of his opponent.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you the underdog, not just with name stature, but just as far as the setting? Or do you feel like this is where you get your best performances off at?
I feel like I would like to think I kind of view myself as like somebody that I could do it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I got a track record before we hit this COVID era where I was, you know what I'm saying? I was on every stage, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was RBE, King of the Dot, URL's Gnome, Bullpen's biggest stages, you know what I'm saying? So, but when we got to this, I started to flourish as a rapper as well.
Yeah.
But I would say, I mean, Ars is just somebody who, I mean, if you look at it objectively, I don't know if you're going to go into the battle and say like, yo, Loso's like the underdog type of stuff. But at the same time, I mean, this is where he gives his best performances. To me,
yeah, that's what
I think Arsonal's best performance was when he battled Geechee in the volume set.
I do too. Yeah.
Like he was just hitting on every cylinder that day.
Yeah, freestyle, everything.
Yeah, everything, right? And so unfortunately, you come off the Castro battle where it was kind of underwhelming at times for Ars, but obviously you don't watch that. You watch the Geechee battle over and over because that's where he's at. And you're right, like when he saw Official in a closed setting, right? Like he ends up rapping right through Official. Yeah. He ends up the majority of the people, whether or not how you call it, on the app, they got him beating Jerry West in a volume setting. You know what I'm saying? And so.
Man, you making me look good. You making me look good with my point here. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And so even the real sick battle. I remember being in the building and feeling like, damn, you know what? Real Sick is clearly like dominating this battle. For some reason, it felt like that.
It felt like it.
But it felt like that live, and it was because of Arsenal's early stumble, right?
Yeah.
He ends up stumbling, fumbling, and you just felt like he was playing catch up the rest of the battle. But if you just watch the battles for round, that's why the at votes isn't that crazy. Like, I think Sick has like 700 and some, and Arsonal has like close to 500. So like people sat down with the material and was like, yo, I might have got Arsonal winning the battle. And so it was actually a closer battle than what people thought. And that's just where he flourishes at.
Yeah.
And it may not necessarily be with angles, and it may not necessarily be with bars per se, but it is with his demeanor, his aggressiveness, his rapping. He has rapid, he's constantly getting off words, and it's easily, and this is not a diss to him, but it's easily digestible for the consumer.
Absolutely.
So as they're watching it on Caffeine, they're just like, oh, he said this, they're catching it, rather than somebody who's like might be doing wordplay and they're like, okay, we don't have time at the moment.
At the moment, yeah. And that's
so to answer your question, I understand. I understand if people do have me as an underdog, but I've also seen a lot of people like, yo, we got Loso. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And when I say underdog, it's really not more so ability. It's more about just, namesake to who you are right now. And just, the overwhelming popularity that he has when he goes against someone that they don't deem, if it's not Lux, Mook, Shot, you know how I'm saying.
Because you got to think about it. Prior to the Real Sick battle, Ars was up in the polls. Prior to the Lou Castro battle, right? Yeah. Ars was up in the polls. Like people just still, regardless, you just have that respect for Ars. When you see it, you like, yo, he's gonna violate, he's gonna disrespect, he's gonna X, Y, and Z, and that's why he's gonna win the battle.
It's a courtesy prediction, as someone might say, a courtesy prediction. Hello, Britt. I see y'all. Pass look. What up, Ro? Detroit's finest, man. Got to show love to my fellow Detroiters out there. And shout out to A-War, who came out to Detroit and did work, man. By the way, it was crazy. Coming off of the twerk battle, a battle that I thought was way closer than what I was hearing. That's why I always tell you guys, watch it for yourselves. Don't go not go by what you've been hearing in the building from people who just like are so souped up, because I thought the battle was close. I'm not going to lie to you. I still got twerk. That's just my honest assessment. But I thought you clearly got the third. I thought he comfortably got the first. The second was closer than people made it seem, but I edged him because what kind of gets lost is when he has all these high moments, they don't count. It kind of overshadows the dry spots, and I still always count those to even things up. But coming off of that, the transition from, because that was like was that your first battle since the COVID era to be like with a crowd? Because I felt like I guess because URL like a real crowd.
Because I've battled elsewhere, but I guess like if you're talking about like 500 plus, I think that was all of ours. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't even so much. It wasn't even so it's nothing that I would probably do different. You know
that's why.
Granted, I would, because it didn't pan out the way that I envisioned it. But at the same time, I'm looking at it like it wasn't me. It wasn't like Loso wasn't.
I just felt like I feel like if it was the volume, you would have got way more love.
Yeah, and the thing about it though is that like you got to think about it. I'm going into the battle, right, and I'm saying like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and battle this guy who's on his return, right, in a big stage. People are ready to hear him, and like I told people, I said, people say all this stuff that they want to say about Twerk, right, all the time, like, oh, he chokes, yada yada. But the problem is that when he gets on stage and he starts rapping, it doesn't matter to them anymore. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all.
You remember why you fell in love with him? It's
like, they don't care. Like you have, so when I'm breaking down certain things that he's done and how the fans have lost out on great battles X, Y, and Z, right? They don't want to hear that no more because he's doing strapped in. So it doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
And he did like 3 of them.
You know what I'm saying? And up to that, obviously he just did it for Rock, but up until that time, he had never did that before. So. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's like people have these stories and these narratives that they want like to be successful, you know what I'm saying, regardless of what they want to say on the internet. And it's just the internet, because in person, you don't feel that way towards that person anymore. So like I said, I was going against a lot other than just if you just talking about rapping, you know what I'm saying? But those are the type of challenges and fights that I kind of live for
Yeah,
anyway. So.
but that question really wasn't to go back and harp on that. It was more so to tie it into this battle with your approach. Do you feel like, you know, breaking someone down very thoroughly can still attract the popular vote? I guess I'm saying it like this is an election, but yeah, the popular vote when you're going against those, because this is something I've come to like just really pay attention to. Like you said, you was doing everything you normally do to defeat your opponent and get love, but it always trips me out.
They didn't care, right?
The person who it's against kind of factors if they still want to ride with it or not. Are you worried that because it's Arsonal, like, and I don't want to just say no random name, but like because I can joke with him like that, like if you whatever your approach is in this Arsonal battle, if it's against Cuban, I think they take to it more. Or is the fact that it's against Arsonal, they like, you know, a little hesitant to give you that full credit? Are you worried about that? I think so.
I mean, worried. I don't want to use the word worried. It's like I can only do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not nitty, right? Like I'm not gonna gun bar you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not because I have something else to go ahead and communicate about. So when I'm in there and like I'm an angler, you know what I'm saying? And most of my highest moments. Here's the thing, y'all don't want to hear that from me anyway. Because if I go in there and start wilding with gun bars, at some point you're gonna be like, all right, Los.
Yeah.
Because you've already told us you love Jesus, we don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like I gotta go in there and break my opponent down anyway, because that's the way that I win battles anyway. Now, I don't know if that's always the case, right? Because like Vixen she was at a high moment and I broke her down and they enjoyed it. JC, he's a legend, you know what I'm saying?
That's
I broke
true.
him down and people enjoyed it. So like, you know, and I've done that, you know, whether I was battling DNA, whether I was battling Daylight, B-Dot, and all came out successful. So like, maybe it may look that way. I understand what you're saying too, because sometimes, like if I watch like a newer guy and he's battling a legend and he starts just talking about, bro, you not really a legend because of XYZ, and you looking at him like, wait, what have you done?
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm not that type of, like, I feel like I got some leverage when I go into battles. I can go ahead and do that because I've been so consistent and I got perfect attendance. You never, even when the crowd is whatever, I'm still giving you 3 rounds of great material that you could go back and you could say like, man, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like he's putting it all. So I don't take that for lightly. Like I tell people all the time, like you know, whatever people kind of view me, I don't even like getting the underrated name on me, because it's like, nah, I don't look at it that way. I look at it like people show me, like at least when I'm looking through my social media,
you're rated.
People are constantly like, yo, and at the end of the year, I'm rated every year. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally a top 12 battler in the world every year. And I don't take that for granted, you know what I'm saying? Because that takes consistency. So in this particular battle with Ars, I'm aware of that. But you know, I gotta make sure that that the crowd is hearing what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. So we'll see. We'll leave it up to y'all.
Yeah, Stacy said she will not stand for any Loso slander. I've missed a couple of other questions, but yeah, it's going down this weekend. Oh, ask Loso, will him and Hustle still battle, or should we let it go? That's a good question, Britt.
Man, that's not, you know what I'm saying? I would battle Hustle, but I think that's a John question. You know, I don't know if he's still doing something. I don't know if he wants to do like a big bullpen event soon, but I know Hustle definitely reached out to me and said she still wants to do it. So
yeah, I saw her. Yeah, she popped a shot at you on Instagram. I saw that.
Yeah.
No, and let's see. For people who don't know, it's November 6th. It's like a quick turnaround after the Drake event. So this is like they're back to back with it, and it's not just Loso and Arsonal, man. Y'all see what it is? Verb and Ice, DNA and Los, B-Dot, Av, Chilla Jones, Kid Chaos, JC, Serious Jones. When you on a card like this, I know your material is usually catered to your opponent all the time. So your focus is to break this person down and become victorious. But on a card like this with these names, are you also in the back of your mind trying to level up and be the best performance on? Are you in competition with everybody else on the card too?
I think now all battlers subconsciously want to be like, yo, I want to get that champion cover. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they kind of want to be like, yo, if I can get that champion. So you are simultaneously not just rapping against your own guy, but you want to make sure that you're better than all these other guys. Thing about it though is like, yo, we all, and there's other guys who do what I do just as well, right? Like B-Dot, he's gonna be in there talking. He's going to be talking and breaking down somebody who the fans love and is a puncher, right? So like you got a battle right there. And it's like, he does that well. DNA, he's going to be, he's a new battler, right? He's angling.
Yeah.
Like he's a new, different DNA. So he's going to be angling the whole time. Chilla Jones, I know he's known as a pen, but he's an angler. Kid Chaos is an angler. So I understand, like, sometimes when I go into events, I'm like, oh, well, what I'm going to do is just 10 times different than what everybody else is going to do. Like, that's how I felt when I got on that Kings and Queens car early in the year. But now it's like, I'm looking around. I'm like, yo, there's a couple dudes that are just like, they're Swiss Army knives, just like I am. Yeah. They could switch it up. And so I am aware of that. But, I mean, there's the first thing that I have on my agenda is obviously to be victorious in my battle. Right. Whatever comes with that, if I put on, then hey, we'll do it.
If you win this battle, Where do you think you land at, honestly, being just full transparent and just like looking from the outside in as if it wasn't you? You beat Arsonal, make it debatable, have a good battle. Where do you think you land at on Champion of the Year? Top 10, top 5? Where you think you at?
Yeah. I definitely think top. I put it this way. I feel like, so like we're in November, so I would have another battle in November, which I think is going to be a quality battle. And then I want to get on this volume in December, right? So let's say I think my ceiling could be around number 5 and number 6. That's my ceiling. If all goes well, right? I think that's and that's just me being honest, right? Like I know I'm not 4, I know I'm not 3, I know I'm not 2, not 1. But
you don't think you can get 3? You don't think you get 3, 4, 5?
So you got to think about it, and I'm just going based off of how past panels have went, right?
Okay.
Tournaments are worth a lot in their opinion. That's just how maybe not you, and not even with me.
No,
I don't view it that much, right? But but judged battles on the spot, tournament style, 2 weeks apart they're just weighed differently. They're weighed differently than if I would have just battled 2 weeks apart. You know what I'm saying? Like regularly, and so that's why I think like it's just going to be difficult to kind of get ahead of certain people. And also, unfortunately, whenever you have like an aura around you, you may not necessarily even be battling that much, and you don't even have that many wins or something like that. It's a vehicle, bro. And I'll say this, like last year, right? Like Easy the Block Captain ended up getting the 10th spot last year. When you look at his resume for last year, though, it was more about the energy that he had. Like you just almost thought to yourself, like, oh, he should have been a top 10 battler last year. But a lot of other battlers felt like, I don't know, I had better years than him. Real Sick felt like he had a better year. Easy felt, I thought I had a better year. You know what I'm saying? If you're just talking about resumes, you're talking about performances, but it was the energy that he had. And so that goes along with it too. And I think for me, I think my ceiling, if I'm just being honest, how it's probably going to pan out, I think it'll probably be the ceiling is like 5, 6. My floor would be around like 12, maybe again, which would be like, all right, this is 4 years.
You tired of being that. You tired of being outside that
5 years, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, but like I told you, Ledge, people can say whatever they want, bro, but it's like no other sport can you be ranked top 15, top 12 amongst your peers and not be regarded as a top tier dude. You don't do that in football. You don't do that in basketball. You don't do that. Not in basketball. If you was constantly getting all-star selections, because that's what this is, right? Top 20 is like an all-star or a first all-NBA team. It's like, yo, Loso's on the first all-NBA team every year. He's in contention for, he's getting MVP votes regardless, right? Like he's getting, like, that's a big deal. And so when you look back, you like, that's why I get mad. I'm gonna say this and we can move on. That's why I get mad. That's why I get mad, Ledge, when people have a good year and now I start hearing people in like certain conversations like, yo, such and such is a bigger star than Loso. And I'm like, yo, this is Homie's never made a champion of the year list in his life. He's never hit the source. I've done that 4 years. 4 years.
Talk your shit, Los.
And so my thing, but you see the disrespect though. So that's why I look at it. That's why I don't really chime in too much on the internet, because it's like, yo, I let my work speak for myself. But it's like, yo, don't ever disrespect me with somebody who's about to get on their first champion and who's been out longer than me. Right? Like, we talking about battlers who's been out longer than me, but I've been on these lists every year since I've came out.
Yeah.
Like, I know we like to go ahead and give like, yo, such and such is a rookie, such and such. No, you guys are URL rookies. Loso was a real rookie. I was like LeBron and Carmelo in 03. Like, when I came in bullpen, I hadn't had no battles. I was a real rookie being on people's. I'm not talking about rookies who have 30 battles and they just started getting noticed. I'm talking about like, yo, who are the real rookies of the year? You know what I'm saying? Dudes who can make splashes without whatever else is going on. And so I was that. And then on top of that, every year since then, I've been a consistent top battler. So when people start saying, yo, it's such and such higher than Loso, it's like, yo, that's disrespectful to me because I do this every year.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, bro, he had a interview, and they were asking him about his quote unquote down year, and Aaron Rodgers was like, the difference is my down years are some of these guys' career years. You know what I'm saying? And like, for me, I'm like, yo, like, if these guys get a 12th spot, like, to me, if I get a 12th spot this year, it's gonna look like a down year. If these guys get a 12th spot, it's gonna look like, oh wow, homie was really cooking.
Yeah, breakthrough.
So, yeah, a breakthrough joint. And so I'm just like, all right, it is what it is. But that's how I feel. I feel like the 5, 6, maybe 4, you know what I'm saying, might be my ceiling if I really end this year off strong. Or but definitely, but the floor would probably be around like 12.
Yeah. I think with the Arsonal performance, another one, you comfortably in the top 10, my opinion. Yeah, because he was podding right now. He said, Loso podding right now. Yeah, I had to get up in my chair, bro. I had to scoot up. He was talking that talk right
That's
there.
Just, I just, and you know what, Ledge? Like, I usually don't do that, but I have to, like, because I don't think we think logically when we start. Like, we treat every other sport differently, but when it comes to battle rap, for some reason, a flash in the pan is better than somebody else who's consistently just been killing it for y'all and giving y'all great content and all that stuff. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, don't, that's not how it should be looked at. That's just all I'm saying.
Could it be because some people don't view it as a sport and they more so just view it as an art form?
That could be, but even then though, if you're looking at it like I just feel like that argument goes out the window though when you start putting rankings, when you start putting lists, when you start giving out awards, right? When you start, because this is competition. That's what we're looking at. So like, if it was just straight art, right? Like, if we're just talking music, that's something different. Like music, right? Like I'm enjoying this person's music, you're enjoying. So like J. Cole may look like he's having a better year than Kendrick, right? And Kendrick could be like, well, yeah, I didn't drop no project, but I'm still a better rapper. Well, it doesn't matter. This is what's been put out. What we're talking about now, though, is like, yo, this is competition. We're doing a ranking at the end of the year. We're rewarding people. We're giving out money. There's magazines. Like I was the first one on the champion joint. Like we have tangible things that we could bring to the table and say, okay, well, who's really having a crazy year? And so for me, I feel like I've already stamped myself, obviously. Like, I'm not falling off or nothing like that. I'm giving you quality material, but we're going on 5 years in my career now. This is my 5th year. And all I've done is just been consistent throughout. You know what I'm saying? So
speaking of sports,
drop the mic.
Speaking of sports, man, your takes, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like.
Yo, man, I get killed all the time on Twitter, bro. I want to let you know. I get killed all the time.
I don't use hate a lot, but I'm coming close with you, man. You a good brother, dog. Like you really set me back a ways, man. So we did the battle rap. This is battle rap and beyond. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know it's beyond now. You had a problem with people not allowing the bar to get off that you set about KD being picked over Tim Duncan, and I just don't. I'm a Spurs fan, so let me get that out the way. Let me preface it with that.
Yeah, it
Die-hard
can't be
Spurs.
emotions. We have to just go straight reason and logic.
State. I want you to state your case why you thought that was so egregious to even tweet like that, and apologize to Tim Duncan because he might be watching.
Yeah. So I do want to start off this. I want to apologize for how it may be interpreted. I'm not saying that's not a diss on Tim Duncan, right? This is what it is, though. Whenever we're having the conversation, the context of the conversation was, if you are a GM and you are starting and you are picking a team, would you pick Tim Duncan? We're not talking about what he's accomplished in that specific system, what KD's accomplished in this specific or this era, not like that. We're just talking about the two players.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm saying that there's no way that we're using the eye test.
You can't start this by saying no way. No, by saying no way is just disrespectful out the gate.
Okay. So the reason why I made my statement is I thought it was pretty obvious that as a GM, you want to choose the better basketball player. That's how I view it, Ledge. And so for me, when I'm the GM, I want, or if I'm the coach, or if I'm picking up somebody from the basketball court, it doesn't matter. If we're starting with the first pick, I want the better basketball player, and the better basketball player is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant.
But what?
And this is where it's not a diss. It's not a diss to Tim Duncan, bro. He was amazing at what he did, and I'm just talking about in 2021 though. Give me the 7-foot guy who can pull up from half court and he could do everything, bro. And he plays defense.
Yeah, but. What you saying it like it's so clear cut. What makes him the better player other than his guard skills? Because I feel like that's a more preferred skill set thing. That's more of a preference. Well, is it not? Because scoring wise, like prime Duncan would get you 25 to 26 points.
Yeah. In the era of like, yo, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna feed the post and we're gonna do that. I'm just saying, like, the question was proposed today, right? Like when I'm looking at it, and unfortunately, this is just how we have to look at it. Times have changed. This is why, and I'm not trying to. I'm gonna correlate together. It's the conversation of the better point guard, right? People don't want to say Steph Curry is a better point guard than John Stockton, right? Because the argument is going to be, well, John Stockton, you know, he leads the league all time in steals and assists, right? But it's like,
he's better than John Stockton.
There's a changing of the guard though, right? And obviously, if you look at it from a traditional sense, cool. John Stockton was the better point guard than Steph Curry. But we're talking about how times have how the game has revolutionized. You have to just give that nod. And I know you're probably agreeing with me, but what I'm saying, the conversation that's happening on social media, though, it's like, nah, John Stockton does a lot of things better than Curry.
They hold on to nostalgia a lot in sports.
And so what I'm saying is that these players, bro, they're just, and a lot of it probably has to do with the training now, right? Like the nutrition. I mean, you can't, all this other stuff that's been put in place for you to be better. I'm looking at it though, and I'm saying, yo, the better basketball player, guys, come on, man. It's Kevin Durant.
It's Duncan. I heard you slip Duncan in there.
Yeah, listen, Kevin Duncan. Yeah, Kevin Duncan the ball. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like you're talking about somebody though in Duncan when in his prime he could run the floor better than most forwards and centers in any era. Also, you have to look at it, man. He was a first team all. Like he was first team all offense and defense like damn near every year for 9.
Yeah, I wasn't, and so I didn't want to, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to go back and forth when people started tweeting me accolades. That's what they started doing. They started tweeting me accolades, and I was like, yo, that we're not having that conversation right now. We're talking about like, because somebody would have to give me another 2 players, right? That is probably looks better on the floor right now than an older player, and for me to say like, okay, like I have to get like another situation than the Durant and the Duncan one, because for me that specific conversation when that came up, I was just like, yo, Durant. For me, if I'm a GM, I'm like, yo, this is the best basketball player I've ever seen in my life.
But then you also say, speaking of Curry, Didn't when he went off and he scored like 20 something in the quarter? Didn't you say he was like the best point guard ever? Did you not?
I did say that. I did say that.
Do you
But
like?
wait. Let me clarify. I actually said Curry was the best point guard ever in 2016 when he was leading that team 73-9.
Oh, so you was even more crazier a few years before.
I went out on a limb, but I mean, he's only, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's only gotten better, bro. Last year was supposed to be the year that we exposed Steph Curry without his quote unquote teammates, and he led the league in scoring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just that guy. So yeah, you're right. I did make that statement, and I have made some takes that probably haven't panned out the way that I wish that they did. But it's not me just doing it for shock value.
No, that's why I'm upset, because I know you really mean this, and I want you to stop right now.
KD has 1 MVP and 2 Finals MVPs. Duncan has 3. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. Like, I'm not gonna go ahead and sit here and say like, yo, you know, I mean, KD. I mean, let's be honest. If he doesn't get hurt in the Golden State series against Toronto, right? He has another ring. Like,
yeah, this is wildness, man. I got a couple of questions so you back the scale back on battle rap, because me and you gonna have a sports show one day. I'm letting you know that. And I'm a really
that'd be fine.
Yeah, no, that'd be, because I'm in my bag, especially if we talking college. Like you out of here.
Oh, you like college? Go.
Love college, but we
both
gonna talk
basketball and football.
Basketball and football, bro. I'm a sports junkie, bro. I really had to start going outside after I was used to be crazy, but I want to scale back in the battle rap a few quick questions before we wrap things up. One, outside of the Horsemen, who is your closest battle rap friend?
Outside of the Horsemen, I would say B Dot. I would say me and B Dot probably talk all the time, and we spar like constantly. Emerson Kennedy's up there.
Shout out to EK.
Who else do I like? So the crazy thing is, though, a lot of times why like my battles be so tough is because I'm really like, bro, I'm cool with every single battler. Like I'm literally telling you, like, there isn't one battler that I'm not, and nobody else is like that. No other battler is like that. Like, it doesn't matter where I'm at. Like, I'm kicking it with everybody. Tilla Jones, I'm kind of cool with too. But I would say B Dot, EK. There's gonna be somebody I'm missing that I'm like, how did I miss that? Don Marino, I'm real close with Don. DNA, I'm real close with DNA. So I would say those guys. B Dot's definitely at the top though. If I could, I mean, B Dot would be a Horseman if he didn't want to, like, you know, obviously he's renegade. If his agenda wasn't to, like, you know, end Christianity, he definitely would be a Horseman. You know what I'm saying?
If he just didn't totally disagree with everything I believe in.
Yeah. But I would still, but you know what? Like, he would tell you though that that's not his, like, he's not against Chris. He's actually for it, supposedly. I was like, all right, bro. Yeah.
He's got his own way. We know B-Dot.
I would say those guys though.
I've never been to Florida. So if I went to Florida, what's the go-to food spot for someone who's visiting?
It depends on where you go. If you go to Miami, I mean,
Miami.
You got a bunch of different. See, I'm Tampa though, so I wouldn't really be able to tell you like specifically.
Let's do Tampa.
Yeah.
I actually got family.
So Tampa, there's a spot called Salt Shack, bro. Salt Shack, and I think it encompasses the feel of Tampa. Like, it's right off the water. I mean, you getting crab cake sandwiches that I think are probably the best in the city. But we have a downtown, and we have this place called South Howard where, like, I mean, we have some of the best taco spots, and so those would be the spots that I would say. We got a breakfast spot called Daily Eats that's real popular out here. Fresh Kitchen. I don't know if you guys got Fresh Kitchen, but
we do. Yeah.
Fresh Kitchen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love Fresh Kitchen out here. So those are the joints. But I tell people all the time, man, Tampa, to me, it's like you get a big city feel in like a smaller situation, and it's perfect. It's clean. It's great weather. You know, we out here, bro.
Lastly, if you
the best battle rapper in Florida all time lives in Tampa. So
who, Deuce?
Oh,
I thought
shout out Deuce, bro. That's our guy though.
I thought you was being like real, like selfless. I didn't know you was seriously saying you. I was like, damn, oh, he good. He giving the alley oop to Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. It's you,
Craig Lamar. That's who I was really trying to get you to say, bro. Yeah,
Craig Lamar. I thought you were gonna say. I thought he was. Yeah, I guess it's between him and Laji, I guess. But
Laji, that's Miami though. Laji's Miami.
There you go. Yeah. See, I don't even know the situation like that. Lastly, you make really good music. You had dope videos. Yeah. I played some of your stuff on here countless times. If you had to collab with an industry guy, the one person, guy, I mean, women, whoever, who's the industry person you want to collab with on a project?
On a whole project.
On a whole project, and give me a producer too. So like just one producer to lock in with and one artist.
Yeah, the producer would definitely be Pharrell. Man, one.
Say Drake. You on caffeine? Say Drake.
Yeah, right. You know, it's crazy. Like I want to say, J. Cole just because like I think that he's so consistent with like with his content, and I'm not talking about like the words that like he's like rapping about and stuff like that. And I think that he and I will kind of have some similar stuff that we could kind of talk about. And I think musically he's really, really great. But man, I would probably choose like a female, and this is gonna be really left field. And this is obvious, and I probably wouldn't be able to make a lot of stuff off of just like records with her. But I think a record I think I want to do somebody who I think is really talented, but she's not popping anymore. But do you remember Alicia Cara? Yeah. She was on that.
Suicide joint.
Yeah, she was on that joint with Logic. Yeah. She has some really, really good stuff, bro. And I always thought she was super talented. And I wanted to do something with her. But somebody said Cardi B. Yeah, Cardi B definitely too. But yeah, so I would say I definitely want to do something with her. But a whole project, probably J. Cole and Pharrell then.
All right. There you go, man. Ledge musical knowledge is crazy. Because I know Alicia Cara, yo, don't let me start playing hits in here, yo. I do think
Ledge, they think you only listen to rap, bro. You got to show them the range.
Oh,
bro.
I do. That's why she know. We have R&B. Okay. We have R&B nights in here, and my catalog is scary. I think I got the best playlist. If you want to challenge me on that, Loso, we can do that anytime. I'm just saying, you know, I'm out here.
Oh, word. You got gospel in there?
Yeah.
Come on.
I got gospel, R&B. I got folk. I got country. I got bluegrass. Come on, man. I'm kingpin out here, man. I'm kingpin.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Book me. But yeah, look, I want to say thank you, man. You always are really, really like gracious with your time, dog. Like the people love you on here, man. They always ask when Loso coming back. You, real name Brandon A. Ward. A lot of you guys, it's like the reoccurring people that always show this platform love. You guys, man. You guys always got a spot here. So you know what I'm saying. I really want to say thank you.
I'm on traffic, Ledge.
You can't just drop. You can't just what? Wait, no.
Yeah, just wanted to say that before we get off, bro.
Wait. That's this month too,
that's
right?
2 weeks right after this. I'm on traffic.
You got Arsonal, and then in 2 weeks you got you on traffic.
I guess a guy who's really, really good. Yeah.
Is he from the West?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know that's how traffic sets their matches up. So like they always have to feature one West guy. Except for there's one matchup on this card that doesn't have, it's going to be 2 East Coast guys, but everything else is obviously a West Coast guy involved.